Now let's stay in the northern region because malnutrition is a significant issue in most parts of that region. In the Tripoli district, it is one of the leading causes of child mortality. Stakeholders in the district are actively seeking ways to address this problem. Our northern regional correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira examines strategies to combat malnutrition in the Tripoli district.
Child mortality is a major concern for authorities. Whilst there are several causes, malnutrition is the leading one in many parts of the country. In northern Ghana, families primarily rely on carbohydrate-based food that lacks essential micronutrients necessary for child growth. Studies in the Cherpune district of Northeast region have shown that malnutrition is the leading cause of child mortality, prompting stakeholders to find solutions. One intervention involves promoting the use of underutilized crops to supplement nutrient deficiency. Abdullahi Armiao, the nutrition officer for Cherpune, emphasizes the importance of any intervention aimed at addressing malnutrition.
We think that if there is any intervention that is going to actually trigger to look at this malnutrition, which is going to help because preterm is a factor, anemia is a cause, which are the causes of the leading causes of diseases in the district. The project they have is a Agushi project, and the Agushi project, the Agushi itself locally is available, and we think that we know that Agushi is a protein dense. There's a lot of protein and other macronutrients. So basically, if the families are going to consume this, this macronutrient deficiency problem is going to solve. If they are going to add this, something that our food we are deficient, carbohydrate alone is not going to solve the problem of malnutrition, even though that is the energy. We need a macronutrient deficiency. So I think that we need a micronutrient. So I think this is going to help if they buy into the idea of actually looking at how they can actually add this agushi, which is protein dense, which has some other macronutrient, is going to help.
Armiao calls for intervention targeting malnutrition. Cherpune district comprises about 90 to 95% farmers, including women. They primarily cultivate cereals and legumes. One underutilized crop with the potential to supplement nutritional deficiency is egusi, which is widely grown in the district. Research indicates that egusi contains the necessary nutrients to address these challenges. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, in collaboration with CSIR Savannah Agricultural Research Institute and the Department of Agric, Cherpune is conducting studies under the Egusi project funded by the Food System Research Network for Africa to exploit the crop's nutritional benefit and promote its consumption. The project has trained residents in Cherpune on how to use Egusi for maximum nutritional benefits. Dr. Abna Boachi, a senior lecturer at the Department of Food Science and Technology, KNUST, and the lead researcher of the Egusi project, explains the project's goal to ChannelOne News.
Malnutrition is an issue in most parts of northern Ghana, and there are several studies that have confirmed that. But most importantly, we saw from the recent recommendations to explore underutilized crops as a supporting way to mitigate malnutrition challenges, not just in Ghana, but even on the global front. So from our investigations, one particular underutilized crop that stood out is the egusi, what in the south we call either rere or akatwa, but here in Cherpune, the rere is known as the nate, and then the akatwa is also there. So we realize that it is, although underutilized, it has really a huge potential in terms of mitigating the malnutrition issues we have, not just in Cherpune, but most parts of northern Ghana. In terms of participation and engagement of communities, sometimes you go to communities, you don't get the reception, but that cannot be said here. We do not have that challenge. But from our engagement with the community, they told us that what is the main issue for them is if they can have technological interventions in terms of the processing, in terms of the production.
Dr. Boachi discusses standardizing food preparation by encouraging the addition of egusi to soup and porridge.
Maybe a plea to the policymakers is that the women told us, and the men, that the egusi, the premium they play on it is very high. One of the focus group discussions, they told us that egusi is blood. And you know, in Ghana, for a community to tell you that a crop is blood, it shows you the premium they place on it. But there has been no intervention whatsoever in terms of research, in terms of agriculture, even the food use. In Ghana, this is one of the premier pioneer investigations we are doing. So can we get the participation of policymakers to promote this as we promote other crops?
Dr. Mrs. Mary Sefa Boapom, a lecturer at the Department of Sociology and Social Work, KNUST, and a team member, stressed the importance of educating women on proper nutrient proportion. She also spoke to ChannelOne News.
When women are educated as the right proportion of nutrients to use for the food, that will be the way to go. And so we need to psyche them, we need to conscientize them. You see, when they get to know the benefits of the nutrients, then they can use it. But if they don't know the benefits and you just go and tell them, use egusi, you won't get the actual benefit.
The district chief executive for Cherpune supports the initiative and pledges her office assistance.
Prayer is that yes, we put it into use. This knowledge that you've shared with us, we don't go and keep the books in our shelves, but we make sure we really appreciate and add value.
The district director of Agric tells ChannelOne News that prioritizing egusi could improve the economic standards of families.
It's a forgotten crop. It's not well known. And if research is done into it to promote it nationwide, I think economically it will help households in the country and improve upon the socio-economic benefits to the people.
Women in the district have been trained on the use of egusi for new dishes, porridge, and an upgrade of the soup recipe used by the ingredients. Some of the women expressed their satisfaction with the training and pledged to continue the practice.
There are a lot of things that we are supposed to do as mothers, but we don't have the knowledge or the technical equipment to do it, or the train or the zeal to do it. It's impossible that we can do it. But as we are here to learn this thing, it can take us far, because as I'm doing this one here, it will not stop here. I still have a lot of activity to run in most of the communities to educate women in these things.
Stakeholders are finding solutions to this. They say that underutilized crops such as egusi is something that will complement the nutrition of the people. From Cherpune, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira reporting for ChannelOne News.